Hello, my lovely sunshiners. I just wanted to pop on and talk to you a little bit about um, looking forward to nothing and the feeling like you're just existing, because I think this is something that we all tend to go through, and we just plod on and we sort of accept that plodding on as just, well, this is just how it is. And I'm here to tell you that that is not the case at all. You don't have to be just existing on this planet. You know, we're all here for a purpose. And, you know, I want you to find what your purpose is. You might already be living in your purpose. And in that case, then this might not really apply to you. But a lot of the time, you know, and a lot of clients do say to me, you know, I feel empty. I just feel like I'm existing and just going from one day to the next day to the next day and doing it on rinse and repeat. So I wanted to do this and give you some ideas and some tips on how you can navigate this time in your life and make yourself feel a lot better about things. So, in a world that's filled with endless opportunities, vibrant aspirations, and the persistent hustle for success, there exists a paradox, and it's something that a lot of people grapple with. And it's a feeling of just looking forward to nothing. You know, having no goals in your life, having no just an empty space, and that's what a lot of people are feeling at this moment, especially at this moment in time. Now, this emotion, and it is an emotion, is often characterized by a sense of emptiness or purposelessness, and it's more common than you think. And it's important to acknowledge and to explore what it is and why we sort of feel the way that we feel. So let's dive into what this feeling entails and how we can navigate through it. So it's that quiet struggle of existing and just feeling like, what am I here for? And it's a peculiar sensation, you know, just feeling like you're existing. And for many, life becomes a routine. So you're constantly on a hamster wheel of a monotonous cycle of waking up, going through the motions, um, ending your day with a little, you know, of no sense of achievement really, or any fulfillment in your life. And this is a really stark contrast between being alive and truly living, because there's a difference. And, you know, you're not just merely existing. There's a stark contrast between being alive and truly living, and when you're merely just existing. And these days can feel like they blend into one another. They don't have any colour in them. They don't have any meaning in them. And really, we don't have to live in that sort of existence all the time. We just don't. This experience is often accompanied by the absence of excitement for the future and, you know, not having any sort of plans for the future. So while society tells us to look forward to milestones like promotions and holidays, or, you know, lovely weekends away, or just something lovely in your life that you want to be looking forward to, there are times when these markers of progress feel empty. And a lot of people just feel like, I have to do this because it's what my family wants me to do, or I need to do this because this is what is expected of me. And that isn't the case either. You don't have to do the things that people are expecting you to do. You know, this is your life and this is your time to shine, and you want to get one shot at this, you know. So in this physical body that you're in, you only get the one shot. So do what makes you feel, you know, excited inside and makes you just feel fantastic. So, you know, the anticipation that once fueled our ambitions, it dwindles away and we're left questioning the purpose of it all. It's a disconcerting place to be, and the silence of it can be really, really deafening. so many people say, I'm lost, I'm stuck, I just feel like I'm just here and I work, sleep, work, sleep, work, sleep. And that again is not really how we are meant to be living our lives. So a lot of people say, why do I feel this way? And there are a number of reasons why someone might feel that they're just existing and, and not really looking forward to anything. And there's a few common factors that seem to come up on a regular basis. So I'll share a few of these with you. One is feeling burnt out. So, we live in such a fast-paced society that we get burnt out really, really quickly. And when it happens, we feel that, we've stretched ourselves too thinly. Our mental health is, being affected. Our physical health is being affected. We don't have any joy or any anticipation in anything. And this just makes us feel really exhausted. So, we've got to find a way to get back the pleasure of the things that we once loved doing and a way to look forward to our future experiences. Another reason that we feel like we're just existing is because we don't have purpose in our life. Now, I'm a great believer that we come down onto this planet of ours and we have this earthly experience and we come with a purpose in mind. And we need to find what that purpose is. Now, sometimes you might know what that purpose is, and it might, you might have known from a young age. Others don't know until they're in the 40s, 50s, 60s what that purpose is, and then they find it. But when we have a lack of purpose, it's a sense of not feeling alive. We're uncertain about our goals. We're uncertain about our place in the world, and we can't, feel like we're a part of something. We just feel like we're adrift and we're lacking that anchor that purpose gives us, because it anchors us down to something and it makes us feel that, yes, this is what I want to be doing, this is where I should be in my life, and this is what I want. And if we've not got that, then it can lead to a lot of overwhelm and a sense of, feeling stagnant. Another one is chronic stress and mental health. People don't realise how much stress affects our mental health. I know people talk about it a lot at the minute, and I know this is a big part of what I do in my job, but people tend to just, especially men, will brush it under the carpet and ignore it. So they ignore the anxiety, they ignore the depression, they ignore the chronic stress that they're under. And then this gives them a more sense of feeling hopeless because they're not dealing with what's going on the inside. And it casts a shadow over our lives, making it really difficult to see past the present moment and envision a brighter future. Because if all you're seeing is you feeling miserable and down and you don't have any goals for the future, then that is going to affect your mental health massively. Another one that pops up quite a lot is life transitions. So it could be major changes in your life, such as moving to a new town, moving to a new house, ending a relationship, changing your career. These can have, a massive impact on you feeling that you don't quite belong. And it can make you feel really unsure. And the uncertainty then contributes to you feeling like you're just existing. And another one I think that comes up quite a lot is societal expectations. Now, this is about pressures put on people to meet a certain level of expectation, such as earning a certain job title, owning your own home, starting a family, getting married, settling down, all these kinds of things. And if that's not what you want, you will feel trapped. And some clients that have been Asian clients have felt trapped within what's expected of them as, you know, within their religion, say. So, you know, we may find that we chase goals that we don't resonate with, and that is no good at all, because you don't want to be chasing a goal that doesn't actually mean anything to you. It doesn't give you a sense of excitement. It doesn't build up in your tummy and make you feel all giddy and excited about things. You know, it could be that you're chasing a dream or a goal that's something that your parents wanted you to do, and you know, if it's not yours and it's not meant for you, then it's never ever going to make you feel whole. You know, you'll feel disconnected and you'll feel really empty. So how do we recognize this feeling? Well, the first steps in addressing this state of mind is acknowledge it. So, you know, if you feel that you are feeling a bit lost, feeling a bit empty, not really knowing where your place is, you know, that's the first thing that you need to do. You need to address that. And it's easy to dismiss feelings of emptiness as a temporary phrase, or you know, we convince ourselves that we should be grateful for what we have. But how, you know, however, recognizing that these feelings are valid and worth exploring is crucial to finding a way forward. You know, because we will ignore them and we will brush them under the carpet and we will, you know, try and put them to the back of our mind. But our mind has a great way of keep pushing them forward and saying, no, this is what I want you to be thinking about. This is where I want you to be going. You know, so you have to acknowledge them. I also want you to remember that, you know, having these feelings is not a sign of weakness or failure. I don't want you to ever think that you have failed because, you know, you didn't go down this path, or you went down this path and it wasn't for you, or, you know, I don't want you feeling like you're letting people down, because that's no good. That'll just mess with your mental health. So instead, I want you to see it as a signal from your inner self that sometimes needs a bit of attention or a bit of a tweak. And having some self-awareness is a really powerful tool in navigating these emotions and understanding their root causes. You know, like I said before, this is your life in this body, in this time, and you get this one chance at it. So grab it with both hands and run with it. So when you're feeling this emptiness and this sense of just existing, I want to give you a few tips that you can do that will help you to navigate this emptiness and navigate through it. And while the sensation of just existing can be a challenging one, there are steps that you can take to navigate and eventually overcome it. The first one is to reconnect with your passions. This is a huge one for me, and it's something that I put off for a lot of years. You know, you've probably heard me talk a million times about me wanting to be a psychologist in a prison. You know, and also wanting to help people and to get them through their problems that they're suffering with at the time. So it took me a long time to, you know, things happened, family, you know, other commitments, having to earn money, all these kinds of things that happened, which are probably normal things in everybody's life, but they happen. And I put my dreams and my passions on hold so that I could do that. And then I got the chance to revisit them, you know, a few years ago. So I want you to revisit the activities and interests that once brought you joy. It might be painting, writing, hiking, cooking. It could be cleaning. It could be anything, but something that makes you feel happy and gives you them belly wobbles. And I want you to engage in activities that align with your interests, and it can rekindle your sense of purpose and excitement. And it might take time to rediscover these passions, but the journey can be rewarding in itself. So think about that one. The second one is to set small achievable goals. You know, I'm a massive advocate for goal setting. I think it helps you to give you some motivation. It helps to boost you along. it just makes you feel better when you're striving for your next stepping stone. This is not to say that you punish yourself if you don't meet that stepping stone. It's not for you to be stressed out your head to get to that stepping stone. That's not what this is about. This is about you just achieving the little goals that are going to get you to your bigger goal. You know, and sometimes the future can feel overwhelming when we focus on large, distant goals. You know, we have these big, hairy, scary goals that I call them. And sometimes people say to me, well, what's the point in setting them if I'm never going to achieve them? But how do you know you're not going to achieve them if you don't even set that dream in the first place? You know, so you've got to set some of these very scary goals. But these ones that I'm talking about are you setting small, achievable objectives that can be accomplished in, you know, a short amount of time. And this approach can then help you create a sense of progress, and it'll give you momentum, and it'll give you something to look forward to every day. So the small goal settings is a really good one. Number 3 is practice mindfulness and self-compassion, because we're not very good at being in the here and now. We're also not very good at giving ourselves a break. You know, we're always putting ourselves down, telling ourselves we're not good enough, punishing ourselves for things that we've not done, instead of giving ourselves a pat on the back for the things we have done and the things we have achieved. So practicing mindfulness, it could be meditations, it could be journaling. You know, this can help you to reattach to your inner self and understand your emotions better. And then by being in the present moment and practicing this self-compassion, you can alleviate the pressure to constantly be productive and instead allow yourself to just simply be. I love journaling, and I think it's a fantastic thing to just to sit and write. You don't even have to think about it, just sit and write and then read back what you've written. It's an amazing thing to help you feel, you know, or to help you understand what's going on in your mind. Number 4 is to seek support. Now, you know, some people don't have any support around them, and then if they've not, or they feel like they can't talk to people around them, you know, they come to professionals like myself. But if you have got friends or family that you can talk to, then talk to them about it and let them know how you're feeling. You know, because that'll lift a big weight off your shoulders as well. So, you know, you can talk about your experiences, and this will give you some relief and help you to gain some perspective on situations that you've been thinking about for a long time. Number 5 is embrace the change. Now, a lot of people don't like the change. They want the change, but they don't want to do the change. They are frightened of the change. They're frightened of stepping out of their little comfort circle, comfort zones. They're frightened of doing that. But sometimes the feeling of looking forward to nothing can indicate to you that a change is necessary and that it's time for you to dig deep, look inside yourself and figure out what it is that you actually want. You know, and it could be making some small adjustments, so you have a bit of time for yourself, you do date nights with your husband, your partner, your wife, whoever it may be, you go out with friends. It could be something that simple. It could be that you you know, you start looking for a new career that you want to do. It could be something that's in your personal life that you want to change. It could be an environmental change that you want to embrace. And I know that it can be daunting to make these changes. And I know not everybody's going to be, you know, hopping on your train of change because they don't want to be on it and they don't want you changing either. But you've got to do it for you. It's got to be for you and what's best for you. And, you know, you can find a pathway to discover new possibilities, and this will help you to reignite your passion for life. You know, feeling like you're just existing and looking forward to nothing is a really complex emotional state that many people experience at various points in their life. You know, I've been through it myself. I came out the other side. I did lose a lot of family members by doing that because they didn't want the change that I wanted. Um, you know, and as I've said to you before, having the breast cancer made a massive difference to me and to wanting to change my life. So, you know, I'm living proof that it can be done if you really want to do it, and you've got to really want to do it. And you know, and it can be really scary, but it's also dead exciting as well to be stepping in to a different version of you, and to also be stepping over that wall of your comfort zone and not feeling like you're trapped by it. You know, so it's a feeling that calls for introspection, for some self-compassion and some patience, because it doesn't happen overnight, and it will take time for you to, you know, to flow your way in to this new version of you. And while it might seem unsurmountable at times, understanding that this emotion is part of the human experience can help you navigate it with grace and resilience. You know, you can get through this, you can have it all. You know, you can fill the void of just feeling like you're just existing. All I'm asking you to do is to take small steps to reconnect with your passions, set yourself some achievable goals, and seek some support if needed. You know, you can gradually find your way back to a life filled with purpose. And remember that you're not alone in this journey. There is hope on the horizon waiting to be discovered. And for those of you who are not really sure what your purpose in life is, I do have a course if you're interested. It's a do-it-yourself 6 weeks course that you can plod your way through, and you know, it will help you to find what your purpose is, or if you've known what your purpose is but you've lost sight of it, then it can help you to regain that sight and that knowledge back. So if you're interested in that, I'll drop a link below, but if you want to send me an email or a message or whatever to find out more information, then please get in touch and I'll be happy to help you with that. And you know, just think about it, because as I said before, we are all beautiful humans living in what should be a beautiful world, and you know, we all have a purpose here on our planet. So I think about that, and I shall speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.